Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We will continue our chapter 3 from Abraham and Nanki. I start with the dua that may Allah spend my heart and ease for me my task and untie the knot from my tongue that they may understand my speech. We starting discussing the shape of production function, the definition of production function and the equation we have already discussed. Now we will discussing the shape of production function, right? The easiest way to graph it is to hold one of two factors of production that we have either capital or labor constant, and then graph it, right? And for ease, we are taking a labor value constant. We're using the same production equation, right? The equation function we already discussed. K A is the productivity, K is the capital, the power of K is 0.3 and is labor. We are keeping labor constant, so we are putting one value of labor from the table, the case study we have discussed, 13.139.1, right? And similarly, we are substituting the value of A, which is 23.17, right? Keeping K as a variable that we changing after changing K, we can increase our output. This is the equation for output. If you change the value of K, you can increase the level of output, right? Let's suppose that you are changing the value of K with the 2 and you substituting the value of K in the equation, so you get different values of K or Y. You can see that the output level is increasing when you changing the value of K. Now we'll be discussing if the shape, if you put the different values, those were the hypothetical values, but you can take any values of K. The production function will appear like this. It will increase initially and it will start decreasing after certain point. Why it start decreasing? Because you're keeping one factor, the labor constant, and you are keep increasing another factor, which is capital. This is showing the relationship between capital and output. This line showing the relationship between capital and output, and you are just taking labor constant. Now we'll be discussing the properties of a production function. There are two properties. One is the production function slope upward from left to right. The second is the slope of production function becomes flatter from right to left. Why? The two properties of the production function are closely related to the concept of marginal product of labor. I hope you have studied the marginal concept in microeconomics, where you can see the effect of extra unit on the total units, right? So to understand this concept, we can start from some capital stock and increase the capital stock by some amount. This increase in capital would cause output to increase by some amount. The marginal product of capital, we are denoting marginal product of capital with MPK, right? MPK is the increase in output produced that result from 1 unit increase in the capital stock. Because additional unit of capital permit the production of additional unit of output, the amount of additional output produced per additional unit of capital is changing by and changing K. The marginal product of capital is changing by and changing K, right? If you take the value of, if you, this would be Y2 and Y1. Change means if you are taking the difference, Y2 minus y1, you will get this amount, and the capital is changing with 2 units. So you are considering the change of capital is 2, right? Therefore, you get the amount of 104.33. Similarly, the value of, you can calculate different value of MPK. You can see this value is decreasing with the passage of time. Why? Because I have already told you that you are relying only on one factor and you are not increasing the other factors of production. This similarly, you can put this concept on labor. When you can want to find out the production function of labor, you can keep capital constant and substitute different values of labor, so you can get the same curve which increase first and then it start decreasing later.